King Richard trying to tell the fans how it is, trying to tell them how unfair what just happened was. And I don't blame you, King Richard. That was unfair. That was indeed unfair. See a verbal exchange by the champion and challenger. And there you see the only factor in this contest that ever mattered. The Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the World, King Richard. And you saw that verbal exchange there between the introductions between Tenney and King Richard. And if you're wondering what was being said, graduate, if you're wondering what was being said between those two men, King Richard was telling him, yeah, you may have got my boys thrown out of this match, but I'm still the champion right now, and I'm going to walk out the champion at the end of the night.
Maybe it's a fair match now. That'd be kind of cool.
It was always a fair match.
One-on-one.
It was always a one-on-one contest. Tenney, the crybaby that he is, just knows that he doesn't have a prayer of winning this match, and he wants to get in the head of King Richard. King Richard may look like he's going to succumb to the mind games, but no sir. He is upset that his friends were disrespected, but his mind is always on the match. He's a champion, he's a winner, and trust me, mark my words, a champion and a winner always has his mind in the right place.
Tenney and King Richard finally lock up. Two men locking horns.
King Richard, using his stocky build, forces Tenney into the corner, and now you see him backing off. And a clean break by King Richard. You're not going to see that by Tenney in this match. So Tenney, being the more disrespectful individual in this, getting his buddies thrown out, King Richard's trying to show him what a class act is before he takes them to town.
We'll just have to see. Now they lock back up. We'll just have to test the strength. And King Richard, Tenney just breaks the hold of knocking King Richard to the mat.
A big shot down to the canvas by Tenney there. You're absolutely right. But you see King Richard, presence of mind, being the ring general that he is, outside the ring, collecting his thoughts, coming back in there with a new strategy, going to destroy the momentum created by Tenney. You see the reckoning chomping at the bit to get back into this one. King Richard wisely distancing himself from Tenney.
Now they lock back up once again. It's like a epic clash of the titans right here. Back down to the mat. King Richard goes.
Clash of the Titans is absolutely right. You got Tenney, a big, strong man, a dangerous man, that UFC background of his, that ground and pound style, the striking blows of his, certainly a big force in this business today. But King Richard, Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the stockier of the two individuals, that low center of gravity, certainly knows how to use his body to his advantage too. And another collar and elbow tie-up. You see them jockeying for position. King Richard pushing him back. Now you see King Richard shoving Dwayne Tenney down to the mat.
That's fair enough. Now they hit toss on Tenney over and a drop kick.
Tenney using that big leverage advantage.
And King Richard runs out of the ring again.
Well, of course he does. Tenney created momentum. King Richard took it away. A lot of people would try to chance it there. They would try to go for a wrestling hold. King Richard says, no, I'm good on that. I'm going to go to the outside of the ring right now. I'll walk around, collect my thoughts, get inside of Tenney's head, tell the fans how it is, get back in control. When I'm ready to take control, take him to town, walk out here with my belt, cash my winning step.
That doesn't look how it was to me. He looks pretty aggravated with how this match is going so far. Do you think that it may be getting into his head that his time
No, I
as the champion may be coming to a close by this, you know, MMA trained fighter?
Not even remotely, not by a long shot. Tenney Tenney had a flash in the pan, flurry of offense at the beginning of the contest. That doesn't mean he's going to walk out with the title. Who are you kidding here? You seen King Richard? He's on his feet right now. He could be on his back right now if he chose to stay in the ring after that momentum. But once again, he came in with his game plan. Now Tenney back down the mat again, comes back up. Arm drag takedown by Tenney. King Richard succumbs to a drop toe by Tenney. Tenney picks him up, drops him down, flapjack maneuver, goes for the pinfall, grapevines leg, and a kick out by King Richard. He goes to the ropes, Tenney can't follow him into the ropes now. Comes a scenario, the referee's going to step in between the two men. King Richard knows exactly why he's doing it at all points.
King Richard trying to slow the match down to his own pace. Dwayne Tenney ready, roaring, ready to go. But he's got to slow down to King Richard's pace. And
King Richard, smart decision here. Tenney operating very well with his speed in this contest. King Richard doesn't want to take part in the speed game. He wants to get in there. He wants to make use of some of his technical abilities, even going up against a UFC fighter like Tenney. You've got to remember, King Richard has a lot of knowledge behind him too. You see the UFC-style fighter, the MMA expert himself, Tenney going back down for a cover, but King Richard has foot on the ropes. Referee not in position to see it. King Richard still goes with the kick out.
And now King Richard back on the ropes.
You see Tenney there, he's frustrated. You want to talk about his advantage? He doesn't have an advantage when King Richard remembers what he's doing.
Well, Dwayne Tenney getting up in the referee's face to try to get King Richard off of the ropes because he seems to be favoring going to the ropes to make the ref break the hold, which is smart to King Richard's. But King Richard pushing on the referee, like that's just asking to get himself disqualified.
Well, if he gets himself disqualified, that's not altogether a poor strategy either. You saw earlier in the night, we saw a disqualification victory. You get the rush drop to win, but they walked out with the belt, and that would allow King Richard to walk out here with the title once again. See King Richard firing back, shot to the head of Tenney, sends him out the corner. Tenney trips on his way out, trying for a reversal. King Richard shoves him to the rope, shoves him down to the canvas.